Salutations, everyone. It is KJ, and I am back, as promised, to finish up this killer guitar lesson of how to play Stargazer by none other than Rainbow. Richie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio, Cozy Powell, Rainbow. So, we are going to cover the slide guitar solo. That would be guitar solo 1. And in another video, I will cover the main solo without the slide. But I'd like to take this time to review a couple things. In particular, the material that I covered with the chorus. Because I want to be honest with you guys, I was so wired about this yesterday. Very hyped up to, share this on YouTube. I had just learned it yesterday. I had literally just learned it yesterday. When I started posting these. I was very excited about it. So I did have a few flaws with the chords, mainly with that chorus, which I wanted to review. Alright? So we will begin with that so I can review that, and then we'll start the slide stuff. Alright? So, number 1, if you recall, with the chorus, we have where we got the ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, and we're hitting the A string open. And to show that a little bit more visibly so you guys can see. Okay, and then we had the other chord with the G, our index finger on the G string, the low E string on the G note of the 3rd fret is what I meant to say. And then it's octave here on the D string on the 5th fret, right? And then that's done twice, right? 4 times each, but twice, okay? Now what I wanted to get to is when we get out of that, and the last one with the... So now, this is where I made some flaws yesterday with the video I put up for the chorus. Alright, we want the middle finger or the ring finger here, and use the thumb as I'm doing playing upside down, but where you guys would use probably your middle finger on the low E, which would be on top, and then your ring finger on the G string of the 3rd fret. But I have to do opposite that, see? So, what we're doing is... That's what it should sound like. So we go from G to D, then back to G, then to the C chord over here, first finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, ring finger on the D string on the 5th fret, and then we go to the D chord and hit it twice like that. So like that. Now I prefer, because playing upside down, the bar chords, the power chords are easier for me. So if we just do this bar chord right here, index finger on the low E, same place, 3rd fret, ring finger and pinky on the A string and the D on the 5th fret. And then we move up here, index finger on the 5th fret, ring of the A string, ring finger on the D string on the 7th fret, and I like to add in the G also on the 7th fret, make it a little more full. All right, so. So there we have the G, the D, the C, and the D. So that's what I wanted to cover, so you guys have a full grasp on that chord progression and how that was supposed to go. Now we're on to the slide, all right? Now I'm going to try to help you guys as much as I can, because I know, for one, slide is very difficult, and I noticed there's not a lot of players that actually play slide, and I'm going to try to help you guys as much as I can with this. So the first thing is, you know, I usually either try to use it on the pinky or the ring finger. Now, I know Blackmore, he held it like this. You know, I've seen him live, and I've seen that he does it like that. Ronnie Wood from the Stones, he uses his middle finger. You know, my middle finger is a little bit, my knuckle's too big. I can't fit the slide there, so it won't even fit over my ring finger completely, okay? It fits much better over my pinky, all right? But the way I've been practicing this solo, all right, I've been using the ring finger. Now, here's what you have to remember. You have to use your picking hand to cover the strings you're not using. Once you use the slide, unless you're going to slide off all the way, all right, you don't want to be moving it around or bouncing the slide around. You're going to have a lot of extraneous noise, all right? And just to give you guys an idea of where my settings are right now with my Roland Cube, which those of you that have been watching my videos know I'm very partial to that little practice amp. It's got a lot of great tones in it. I thoroughly enjoy it. So my tone knob is about 12 o'clock. I have a little bit of reverb on. So I probably have like 20% reverb. My gain is like a hair past 12 o'clock for the distortion. And that's another thing. I mean, there are slide players out there like George Thorogood. There's many that can really use a lot of distortion with slide. I find that it's a lot better dialing back a little bit on that, at least for me personally. And I still have the amp on the rectifier setting, all right? That's my favorite setting on this amp. So, the one key thing to remember is you have to keep the slide really, like, perpendicular, you know, with the strings, right? Now, I know there's some slide players, they'll sometimes slant their finger, you know, like that, as opposed to being straight up and down. You know, that's fine too if you get used to that. But nevertheless, the slide still has to be against the fretboard, okay, is what I'm saying. And the other thing is, when you're using the slide, you want to try to focus on the fact that the center of whatever part you're using, right, of the slide, all right, that's got to be directly above the metal fret, okay? So, the other thing is, with your picking hand, you know, like Blackmore on this solo, he's not using his fingers, he's using a pick. You can distinguish that and hear it in the recording, all right? Now, I know it's a lot more comfortable using it and playing slide without it, like doing like Derek Trucks or Warren Haynes, you know. But again, like even legendary players like Mick Taylor from the Stones, he uses a pick. It's a matter of preference and what you're comfortable doing. And we are in standard tuning still. Okay, let me give you the low E. Here's the A. G, the high B, and the high E. And one more time for the low E. All right, so initially here's what we're going to be doing, all right? We're going to slide from the 3rd fret here, right, on the G string up to the 4th fret. So we're literally going to have this, the slide right above this fret right here and slide up to here. And we're going to do that twice, like so. Like that. All right. Now, after that, once we're on this 4th fret, we're going to slide up on the G string. This is where we're at. We're going to slide on the G string from the 4th fret, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase, 3rd fret right here to the 4th fret twice, just like I just did. Okay, so we're going to do that twice. Then we're going to slide up to the 5th fret, also on the G. Like that. Now we're going to use the B string, okay? Like so. So what I just did was, as I explained, I went from the 3rd fret of the G to the 4th fret twice. After that, I used the slide to go from the 4th fret on the G up to the 5th fret on the G, back down to the 5th fret, and now I picked the B string on the 4th fret, and then came back up to the 5th and picked it, and went back down one more time to the 4th fret on the B and picked it, like so. Okay, so that's what we're doing. That is the pattern. Notice how I can cut out any extraneous noise by just sliding all the way down and not moving the slide around on the fretboard or lifting up. Okay, so once you have a slight bit of pressure on your strings, you want to maintain that. You don't want to alter how much pressure you're using. You don't want to press down too much. All it really needs is a slight bit of pressure above those frets to get your sound. But you got to make sure to use your palm and sometimes your pinky or one of these fingers behind and in front of the slide to dampen other strings so you're not making a lot of extraneous noise, all right? So one more time with that. Okay, one more time. Next phrase is going to be on the B string from the 7th fret to the 8th fret, and we're going to do that twice. So we're going to go like that. Okay. So what I just did was I went from the 7th fret of the B to the 8th fret of the B, and then repeated that, and went back here to the 7th fret, and then slid down to the 5th fret, and then back up to the 7th. After that, went to the G string right here on the 4th fret, well, technically the 5th fret right here, and then slide out. So what all that should sound like is this. All right, so let me show you with my fingers what we're doing. Because if you're playing with your fingers, it's going to be the same pattern. Okay, so what I'm doing is this. All right, I'm going. And then from there. And then we're going like this. All right. So again, the pattern is 4th fret, 5th fret, twice. Then from here, we're going to go up to this fret and back and forth, right? 4 to 5, like that. And then back one more time, so it's wa na 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 na, and then we go to the B string, da 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 da, and then back to the G string, da 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 da, and slide out. Okay, and hopefully you guys can see that. And then we're gonna go from the 7th fret to the 8th fret. And that's twice. And if you saw that, I went to the 5th to the 7th. All right. And then we go right here onto the G string on the 5th fret and slide out. So let me show you one more time with the slide what we're doing. And take heart, everyone. This isn't as difficult as it looks, and this is we're already like halfway through the slide solo. Just from that, believe it or not. All right, so. Okay. I mean, you could pick each one. I mean, I would say go back and listen to Richie on the album, you know, and try to formulate your best guess as far as when he's picking, when he's not. I'm just showing you the pattern, and I kind of do it my own way as far as sometimes when I'm picking and when I'm not, and try to give it that Middle Eastern flavor like he does, because he really uses that Egyptian scale a lot and the Hungarian minor scale, all right, if that gives you guys any ideas. So all right, one more time. Then we're going to go to the B string, right? 7th fret to 8th fret twice. And then from the 7th to the 5th, and then back up to the 7th. So. And right there I was back on the 5th fret of the G and slid out, okay? So one more time, just up to there. All right. Next, we're going to slide from the G string on the 5th fret all the way up to the 14th. And once we do that, we're going to pick it again and slide up to the 16th fret, and then go back to the 14th fret and pluck it 3 times and slide back up to the 16th fret and pick it twice and slide all the way out. Okay, what I mean by that is this. Okay, one more time. All right, so again, the pattern. We're going from the 3rd fret to the 4th fret twice, and then the 5th fret to the 6th fret right here, right? So remember, we're on top of the frets with the slide. So 3rd fret, 4th fret twice. And then we're going to go from the 5th fret to the 6th fret. And then we're going to drop down to the B string from the 5th fret to the 6th fret. And then go back to the G, is which I just did. So this is the G string for the first two, and then these next couple are also on the G. And then we're going to drop down to the B string on the 5th and the 6th fret. And then go back to the G on the 5th fret and to the 6th. And then slide out. Next pattern, all right, 7th to 8th fret on the B string twice. And then 7th fret to the 5th fret. So like this. Then back to the G string on the 4th fret and slide out. Next pattern, we're on the G string on the 4th fret. We slide all the way up to the 14th fret. Hit it again, slide up to the 16th fret. Go back down to the 14th fret, pluck it 3 times, slide back up to the 16th fret, pick it twice, and slide all the way out. What I mean is this. All right, so all that together should be this. All right, next, we're going to slide on the B string on the 12th fret, up to the 19th fret. Then we're going to go back and forth between the 19th and the 18th fret, okay? And then Richie just slides out from that, all right? So very slowly, the whole thing should be this. And there you have it. That is the slide solo for Stargazer from the legendary Ritchie Blackmore in the era with the Dio Master off Rainbow Rising, Stargazer. All right, everyone, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that as much as I did. I hope you gained a lot out of this. We are not done yet. We have the main guitar solo to cover, and I will be back shortly with that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please hit the notification bell. I definitely really could use your help. You know, I don't do this for money. This is total 100% free guitar lessons because, you know, I'm against the whole, you know, worship the money. I'm not a fan. You know, I learned guitar on my own. I didn't have a teacher. I didn't pay money. And I don't think really anybody else should either. This is why I'm doing these, you know, is to help as many people as I can to learn as much about guitar as they possibly can. So please like, share, and subscribe. Help me out, everyone. And thank you for those of you that are. Have a great one. Take care. And once again, I hope you love this lesson as much as I love teaching it. Have a great one, everyone. I'll see you soon.